Good morning. It is January 2nd. I am heading back to the trail. I took a zero today. Yesterday, sorry. I took a zero yesterday at a church house called Through It All. It was pretty nice. They had $12 camping. I took a walk yesterday to Dollar General, get a little resupply on. Not much, but it's only 23 miles to Pine Grove First State Park, which is my next goal. So I'm walking back to the trail now. It's a little later than I wanted to get going. It's 10 o'clock, but I really wanted to use the bathroom before I left. And it took a few minutes, well, it took me a couple hours to get myself to the point where I needed to use the bathroom. So anyway, I got about a mile to walk back to the trail. And then I will be back on the trail. It is June 4th. I didn't record anything yesterday because I ended up getting really involved in a book that I was reading. It was a science fiction book, but it was really got me engaged, so I ended up not doing anything yesterday. And that proved to be a mistake because I didn't have enough food. So I am out of food today. Lovely. It's 2 miles back to the road. I'm going to walk back and go into Walmart and get a resupply. I stayed these 2 days at this beautiful, absolutely beautiful shelter area. I'll give you a full video tour before I leave. But yeah, it's pretty spectacular, and I felt just so relaxed and at peace that I didn't want to walk yesterday, which was probably definitely a mistake. Quarry Gap Shelter, probably one of the 5 nicest shelters on the whole Appalachian Trail. The Bear Box. There used to be a gate. The last time I came through here, there was a gate here, but that's apparently broke at some point. There are a couple tent platforms, and the bathroom is up further past in that direction. And there's the shelter. There's a bench here. There's a swing there. There's flowers, several places. The water source is over there, and I'll show it to you in a minute. These shelters are twin shelters with a picnic table in the middle. Really beautiful. The guidebook says 4 people can fit in here, but I'm thinking only 3 people can really fit in here unless they're really, really close. But there's a picnic table with a sunroof. There's another shelter, again, really only good for 3 people, even though it says 4 in the guidebook. Little lamps with candles, more flowers. A second covered picnic table. The group tenting site is off in that direction. There is a sundial here with more flowers. Of course, the sundial is buried in the middle of the. Doesn't really get sun except for at noon, so it doesn't really work. But and then the water source is over here, just a few short yards from the shelter itself. Somebody saw a rattlesnake on this path yesterday, but it doesn't appear to be here today. And then the water source is this beautiful box spring where the water is absolutely crystal clear and just kind of coming up out of the ground. There's no obvious entrance for the water, but it's just seeping out of the ground. It's beautiful, clear. And that's all just a few very short feet away from the shelter. I'm mostly packed up. Unfortunately, I've got to go back south and get resupplied because I'm out of food. Because I was an idiot yesterday. Oh well. Good morning. It is June 5th. I am getting back on trail. I'm at Shivenport Gap, which is actually a couple miles north of where I got off the trail. So I did a little tiny yellow blaze. My reason for doing this yellow blaze today is because I was afraid that if I hiked from where I hiked back north from where I got off trail yesterday, I would just go, what's it called? I'd get back to that beautiful Quarry Gap shelter, and it's supposed to rain this afternoon, and I didn't want to get stuck there again. So I bounced forward a little. I'm going to try to make it 5 miles today. I mean, I could probably do more, but it's supposed to start raining around 4, and it's about 10 o'clock right now. So I've got 5 miles to get to the shelter. It's supposed to get pretty heavy rain this afternoon that I really don't want to get wet on. It's actually sprinkling a little right now, so we'll see what happens with the hike. But yeah, it's I will be in Pine Grove Furnace State Park at the halfway point tomorrow, and you'll get to see me eat a disgusting amount of ice cream, if it's hot. Also, if it's hot, there's a swimming hole there. I definitely want to go swimming. I haven't been swimming nearly enough this year. I love to swim. Swimming is probably my favorite outdoor summer activity. Looks like I made it to the shelter just in time. Good morning, everybody. It is June 6th. I'm packed up and ready to start hiking. I'm at Tom's Run. I spent the night at Tom's Run shelter. I stayed in the shelter because it was rainy, but I probably should have set up my tent. I got pretty bug bitten last night. I do have to say, the Pennsylvania has a lot of really nice, well set up shelter areas. I'm currently at a covered picnic table. Ooh, that's a bug. It's a wasp nest. But they've got a lot of beautiful shelter setups. I guess to make up for the fact that their trail is pretty rocky. This one has a bunch of beautiful tent platforms. Somebody's are still over there. Just got their tent set up. Anyway, I'm about 3.7 miles from Pine Grove Furnace State Park, where that has the half-gallon challenge. I will be there in a couple hours, and I'll be doing that half-gallon challenge. Welcome to Pine Grove Furnace State Park, the home of the half-gallon challenge. Yeah. So, it's 10 o'clock. I got started just after 7. 3 hours to do 3.5 miles isn't great. But, it's not bad either. Oh, car behind me. Somebody should tell him cars aren't supposed to be driven on the Appalachian Trail. Did the half-gallon challenge in 29 minutes. 5 to 10 kids, they'll bring them out on the trail and take a camping food. And I'm gonna go get his hamburger.
Seems like a really great idea. The organization of it is so piss poor.
Good morning, everybody. It is June 7th, and I am up and hiking at 7:22 in the morning. I'm gonna try to do a 9.9 mile day today. I have a lunchtime stop planned in a tiny little town that has a deli called, for some inexplicable reason, it's called the Green Mountain Deli. And I say that's inexplicable because I'm in Pennsylvania, and the Green Mountains are Vermont. So that's a weird name. I'll have to ask the owners when I get there why they named their Pennsylvania Deli after Vermont. But yeah, The first half a mile or so is a gradual uphill, and then most of the day should either be flat or mostly downhill. Well, until I get to the town. After the town, I have an uphill, obviously. I should be in Boiling Springs tomorrow, I think. It's still a few miles away from me, but the trail should be pretty smooth. I think early in the morning tomorrow I'll have a rock scramble, which is why I'm not going to try to do more than 9.5 or 9.9 today. I'll have a rock scramble first thing in the morning, and then it should be mostly smooth into Boiling Springs. It's 8:22. It's been an hour since I started hiking, and I've come 1.6 miles, which is that's pretty good. It's a lot more faster than I normally do in an hour, so I think I've got about, on normal terrain, I do about 45 minutes an hour. So to go 1.6 in an hour, or no, I go 1 mile in 45 minutes. To come 1.6 in just an hour means I'm up to about, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't do math. But I'm cruising along. This trail's fairly nice. It's a little rocky right here, but nothing like, if I wasn't talking to the camera, I wouldn't barely even notice. See, just like stepping stones. No big deal. Nothing like what I'm going to face in northern Pennsylvania in a couple days. But the mosquitoes are starting to annoy me early today, and feels like it's going to get pretty humid today. Unfortunately, I don't have a lake to jump in like I did yesterday. But I will be getting some food at the deli in a little while. By a little while, I mean 5.5 miles. So, quite a while. Probably get there around lunchtime. 9:30. 9:28. So it's been about 2 hours since I started hiking. I did take a 5-minute break, and I've come just shy of 3 miles. So I guess I am doing about 45-minute mile, which isn't bad. It's not great, but anyway. Trail has, the last mile has been pretty rocky. I had to go through a couple rock gardens, but that was okay. They weren't too bad. It's 10:30, and I've come 4.1 miles. I stopped. I pulled out my sleeping pad so I could sit down. There's no convenient rocks. But I'm on an old roadbed, so it's wider than the normal trail. Ooh, man, it's sweaty out here. I am going to, the heck is wrong with my camera? That's weird. My, the timestamp's on the bottom, not the top where it's supposed to be. I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh well. I'm gonna stop and have a snack and drink the rest of my water before I push on. So I just came across a really weird feature. Almost looks like an old cellar that somebody maybe tried to turn into some sort of secret camp. I don't know. It's weird. Like, looks like somebody tried to put a roof on it at some point, but that clearly fell apart, so to speak. But I imagine it was a old cellar at one point. It's at least 5 feet deep in the middle there. Could possibly be a tree that got uprooted, but I don't see any root bulbs or trees or anything. Oh, there's another one. I didn't see that. On the other side of the trail is another one I didn't even see. But yeah, it must have been an old house here at some point. Well, I made 9.9 miles today, which is pretty good. I would have liked to have pushed on a little further, but the next mile or so, according to Far Out, is pretty rocky. And this is the only I'm sleeping next to a water source. Pretty wide river. It's got some tannin in it, but it's good clear water once you filter it. But yeah, this is the last water source until the shelter. It's like 4.5 more miles, which I certainly wasn't going to do that much. And I didn't want to carry a gallon of water up a steep rocky mountain to camp at the top of, even if that would give me good Wi-Fi. So anyway, I'm getting ready for bed. I already dozed off and took a nap, but I'm pretty tired.